Guys, you're welcome back to my channel. You're welcome back to with Oluwakwelumi. It's been about 3 weeks that I dropped a video, so you're welcome back to my channel. Like I said, my name is Oluwakwelumi Disu, and I am a lawyer and IT business analyst currently living in Lagos, Nigeria. I love to make videos about working as a business analyst in tech, right? And like to make videos about working in tech generally. Sometimes I feature people, but it's been a while. And sometimes I like to just make videos about things that I find interesting generally. But for now, predominantly, I like to make videos about working in tech as a woman, right? And working as an IT business analyst. And I like to share tidbits, some how-tos here and there, how to do this, how to do that, right? To be able to help as many people as possible and for people that will be interested in this line of work. So yeah, if it's your first time, seeing this space, please do not make it your last. Kindly subscribe, kindly share, kindly leave me in the comment section, especially if this has been helpful or impactful for you. Kindly leave me in the comment section. I like to hear your thoughts. I like to hear how you use some of these things that I'm talking about. Right. So without further ado, you're welcome back to me. So on today's channel, in today's video, right, I'm going to be doing an how to, right, and I'm going to be sharing you how to come up with your UMLs, right. So what are UMLs? UMLs are unified modeling languages, right, and UMLs are what you use to model, right, to represent or in a visual way or in diagrams to represent visually what you're trying to um, show. It could be the process of a solution or it could be the process in an organization. You can also use this to show the current process that is being used in an organization or the current process that the solution uses, and you can also use it to depict the as is or the proposed solution that you're trying to come up with or the proposed process that you are trying to come up with for an organization. So UML cuts across different processes. So even human relationships, right, within an organization, you can use UML to visually show the process within an organization, as opposed to saying, oh, so they do this. You will see more, especially on the scenario that I used to show, right, that I will use to show in this video. So please sit tight and let's learn.
Right. I know that the last time that I spoke here, I used like a scenario, right? On how to use a, there are different ways, different things that you can do on a flow chart, right? And so one of these things are, let's say, one of these things are a flow chart. And I'm going to be showing, if you remember the last scenario that I used saying that, oh, I'm on YouTube and I would like to show or I would like to be able to um, change or change my description or edit my thumbnail on YouTube itself before it goes live as opposed to going to YouTube Studio, right? So I think we should just use the same, scenario. We just use the same use case, right, to show what we're trying to do. A typical flow chart would, apologies for any noise that you might hear. I live in Lagos, Nigeria, but a typical flow chart would have a start to show that your process flow is about to start. So unified process modeling, you know, you can also hear people when say, "Oh, I drew up my process flow." It's one and the same thing. Right? And these things here, these shapes here mean different things, and you use them for different things, right? And they're so easy to use because looking at them, you can already. If I put my my cursor on it, right? I can already tell what this is. So I know that when I'm doing anything database related, I could use this, you know, this database to represent what I mean, right? So e.g. I could say, so let's start a process. And there are arrows here too. You see arrows here, arrows on top as well. You know, you can use these arrows to link to the next process or the next process that you want to model out, right, in this diagram. So there are so many things that you can do here. So let's assume that my next process is let's assume that my next process is, say, remember our use case is that I want to be able to, edit my what's it called on YouTube before it goes live, right? So maybe my first process is open YouTube. That's the first process of a user. I'm representing what the person that is using this system will be doing, right? And I'm coming up with an as to be model, right? Um, so you can use process modeling to show what is currently obtainable in a solution, and you can also use it to show your proposed, right? So to, like, we can say as it is or to be, our proposed flow is open YouTube, right? Um, then the next one will be to, let's look at card. Okay. I'm trying to I'm trying to remember the process flows for a typical YouTube solution, right? So I have YouTube in front of me to kind of guide me on how to make this work. So I open YouTube. Um, I The next thing will be to maybe navigate the to my profile, right? Navigate to my profile. We can, at this point, we can now bring in a decision bar. What's a decision bar used for? A decision a decision shape is used to say, if I can't do this, what will happen? And if I can do this, what will happen? So I come here, I bring the decision, and I say, okay, say that again. Okay, that's my decision. And I'm asking myself, profile exists in a fulfillment of the process above. Profile exists. If I say, if I say, if I say yes, and I can decide to say no as well, dependent on. So I'm trying to show that if a user falls between these two brackets, these are the things that they can do. So I just double tapped to write. You can write on the lines as well. No. And here I'm trying to say yes. So what will happen if my profile already exists, right? Click on my profile. But if it doesn't exist, create a my profile is usually shown by a U button, right, on YouTube. And if I'm trying to say no, means that maybe I don't have a channel, right, on YouTube. So I could probably be saying create a YouTube, create a YouTube channel. Remember that the use case that we are showing here is meant for people that have YouTube channels and they are trying to edit their captions or change their thumbnail on the YouTube platform itself, not on YouTube Studio before their video goes live. So it means that the use case for for this process flow that I'm drawing is somebody that has a YouTube channel. So to be able to proceed or benefit from the things that you have to first create a YouTube channel before you can proceed. So I click on YouTube, my profile, right? And then remember that we are proceeding, and then I can either, okay, so let's see. I'm going to be using a display. I want to represent what I'm going to be seeing on my profile. Okay, so remember that I said that when I click on any of these things, I can see what they are. So it guides me so that I'm not just picking shapes, right? But I know what I'm actually doing. So I say display, right? And I say display, and I say user sees all videos on the channel. So currently on YouTube, if my video has not gone live, perhaps I scheduled it for say like 6:30, and we are currently at 5 o'clock, right? If I open normal YouTube, not YouTube Studio, I will not be able to see the video that hasn't gone live yet. So for this proposed solution, perhaps this is my idea that when I see a dashboard of contents on my channel, of all contents, perhaps for this scenario to be able to work, pardon the noise guys, perhaps for this scenario to be able to work, I should be able to proceed to select maybe um maybe I'm looking for a name to represent videos that are live. Do you understand? Maybe for this to be able to work, we'll have a dashboard that shows live videos. And we'll have another dashboard that shows on live videos. Is that English correct? Maybe a hypothetically speaking, pardon my English, user navigates to a non to tab for non-live videos, right? User navigates to tab for non-live videos, right? Let's assume that I'm doing that. And then I say, sometimes you can even merge information. and select video of choice. Without just right choice like that. Select video of choice. Please pardon the noise. And select video of choice. So I can also proceed to say non live videos and select video of choice. So you can see that a lot of thought process is going into this as there's a lot of picturing that solution. This is okay because I can see you too, right? What if it's a new solution that you're just picturing everything in your head and you're just picturing the process? So select um video of choice, then remember the scenario is that I want to be able to um maybe edit the thumbnail or change a different thumbnail or just edit a caption or something. So let's see what will fit it here. Maybe manual input because I'm manually doing something, right? My action is causing for me to manually do something. So I can say user select the edit button and edit the caption, right? Right. So hypothetically speaking, if this were to be like an actual diagram, right? Or like this was a real project, this might take me a longer. I might begin to consider other factors. But for the purposes of learning, it's just for us to be able to learn, the basics on the thought process that goes into it. You know, you can also, as you're watching this, you can check draw the tile. By the way, the UML the UML platform that I'm using is called Draw the Tile. It's free. You can try it. It's free for all. You don't have to pay for anything to be able to use Draw the Tile. So if you want to learn it, you can just click on Draw the Tile on your browser, and you'll be able to use it for free. So hypothetically speaking, I have come to the end of this drawer, to the end of this UML. And to be able to close is I will use a terminator to show the end of my diagram, to show that, oh, so that anybody that sees that my diagram will not say, oh, is this person still drawing up something, you know, to bring the diagram to an end. All right. Thank you very much. I would also like to say that for Joretayo, this is not the only type of thing that you can do. You can also do what we call a swim lane, right? You can also do what we call a swim lane. Let me come here and select. There are different types of diagrams, by the way, even templates that you can come here to show. Okay, so these are swim lanes. So let's say, is this on the same solution? What are swim lanes for? I just clicked plus to go to a next page, right? So let me select a particular swim lane before I can explain. What are swim lanes for? Swim lanes are to show when you have multiple actors playing on a solution, right? When you have multiple players on a solution, right? You have people playing different roles. Say it's like an hospital, for example, and you're trying to show all the roles and responsibility of every person in the hospital. You're trying to say that, oh, okay, so when somebody walks into an hospital, right, they go to the front desk, they collect they register if they are new customer, they register themselves and collect the hospital card or the hospital number, however the flow is in a particular hospital, right? The nurse registers them, then the nurse maybe inputs their name in a system, and they are they are directed to maybe another nurse that takes their vitals, you understand, and that other nurse enters their details, their vital details in a system and refers them general um, to a general practitioner, that's a doctor, who then in turn hears you out, takes your consultation and then enters your information into the system again and schedules you for maybe another appointment with maybe like a gynecologist, for example. So I'm looking for the perfect. Okay, so let's try this. Let's use this. So using the scenario that I just used, our diagram is what our diagram is hospital process. Okay. I think I messed up. So maybe I can say front desk, or I can say vitals, then I can say doctor. As many players that are involved in the process that you are trying to show, you can keep adding as many boxes as possible. Note that this diagram is very different from the first one that we did. The first one did not entail many players. It was just a user using a solution. But for this, right, this is showing the giving you a holistic view of what an entire process that has many users. So it could show the interaction between many users. It could also show the interaction of many users with a system, right? So hospital process, just like I said, and so we come here now and we say, maybe we say, maybe we say, um, maybe we say user gets user registers as the front desk, right? And then we proceed to say what could be next. Just like I said before, um, right? Users details. Know that you can also that decision um box can also come in here. You know, users details is entered. Okay, let's say still is entered into the system, right? And then we get to what could possibly be the next thing. We will say user. Okay, I'm trying to show user is queued. It's hard to spell queued again. queued for vitals, you know, user is queued for vitals. Um, maybe users vital details is entered into the system, right? Right, is entered into the system, and then I say user's vital detail is entered into the system, and then I say, I'm so sorry for this noise, and then I say entered into the system, and then I say user's vital details entered into the system. I say user is queued to see the general data. Essentially. And it can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But basically, this is to give you an idea or an understanding or an insight into how to draw UMLs. I've shown two scenarios here. I've shown a scenario where it's just one system interacting with this, one user interacting with the system. And this swim lane that I've also shown you is one that shows multiple users interacting with the process or with a system, or you can say multiple users in a process in an organization, right? So, right. I hope you've learned a thing or two, right? And apologies for the noise. So sorry for the noise. But I hope you've caught a few things, right? And by now, like I always say, to be able to learn these things, you must bring out your, like, you cannot just be watching these things without practicalizing it. You bring out your laptop and check draw.io, like I said, play around with it. Just play around with it. You see that it's not hard. Just play with it. Play with different scenarios. I just thought of these scenarios looking around, you know, taking a typical hospital visit in mind and just sketching out things. As a YouTube user, I just use YouTube as a scenario. So you can use anything, around you. You can use your place of work as a use case to draw up something. Just play around with it here and there and see how it works for you and what you can make out of it, right?
So yeah, guys, thank you for watching that video. I hope you definitely learned a thing or two. I hope it was helpful for you, because I did with a lot of love, right? There was a bit of noise here and there because again I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and it can be noisy, right? That's why I thought that I live in a secluded environment, right? But I hope you learned. Definitely, the reason why I do these things is so that you can learn. And please, the only way I can know that if you're learning things is by your comments. Let me know what you'd like to see more. Let me hear your comments in the comment section. If you have used UMLs before, let me know what you use it for. Hala, maybe I can learn. Do you understand? I can learn a thing or two. So let me also know in the comment section if you're an IT business analyst, or holla at me. Hi, let's connect. Let's meet each other, right? And thank you so much. Till my next vlog, it's love and light. Let's keep learning. Let's keep growing. Bye. Adios, guys.